Classic 6. A DVR here from the Touring 122, and this is built up in my recommended little backyard build with FPV cycle motor, 13mm motors, with the Genpan 3020 props, flying on the higher KV motor with just 2S. And this build for me is really holding up really well. And what I mean by that is not necessarily durability, although it's been fine on durability. It's holding up in terms of still being very, very satisfying. So a lot of times what happens is I'll spend a ton of time working on something, and I'll get it to where, I've got the motor, the props, battery, the tune, the frame, everything kind of dialed in where I like it. And then I pretty quickly, I'm like, all right, that was fun, but what's next? What do I want to do next? And this quad has been really kind of holding that feeling off. Even though after I got this one tuned up, I spent a lot of time with the 1204 build. And that build is definitely just a little bit more aggressive. And I even tried, well, what happens if I go ahead and hit that one with some throttle limit, maybe an 85% throttle limit, and try and tame it down to where it's like a backyard. No, this one's still, these FPV cycle motors, this is still the one that I really have the most fun flying. It's just, I don't know, it's to me it's very intuitive. The power band is where it needs to be. I'd like a little bit more punch, but I'm not wanting for a ton of punch. It's not this disappointing feeling every time I fly it. I feel like I can really get this thing to do everything I want to do, and do it without being white knuckled, without being overly stressed by it, and just doing it in a really fun way where I can go and try and push it. Maybe I don't get it every time it's going to take off. Right front motor stuck. Okay, so maybe I'm not getting it every time, but I'm hitting those those little things more often than not. And then one of the bonuses I've been finding about this quad, because it's been so hot, is this is a very heat tolerant build. The motors are staying cool. I'm not getting overheat warnings from the board. I'm not getting it from the DTX. And I've been flying in temperatures up to 116 degrees, mostly over 110. Today's a little cool. I think it's right now it's 108. But I've been flying in crazy hot temperatures, and this thing is doing fine. And I get quality of life too with these 2mm prop shafts, where I don't have to use the motor screws. And that's such a nice little feature. I wish more motor brands, I wish brands kind of just hopped on the Ruby train on that one. There's quite a bit of things that I wish went a little differently with how Ruby developed the 1S builds, and then his too thick and whatnot. But the 2mm shaft, I think, is a pretty legit benefit to pilots, because it works well enough. Yeah, they pop off, and during that crash, I actually popped the prop off, but they hold on well enough to where I don't feel like I need motor screws on a regular basis. So, I'm enjoying it. It's just a really nice build, and this is just kind of an example of it. I just wanted to fly a pack after work, do a little DVR. And 4 minutes, fun little flight, one little bobble. Until next time, cheers.